Purpose Inspired TV is under construction. During this process, we invite you to step into the journey. By joining our team, you have the chance to shape the very fabric of this channel with your creative ideas and skills. We believe that the true essence of innovation lies in collaboration, and together, we can create something truly extraordinary. We will provide content that ignites your passion, inspires personal growth, and encourages a positive impact on society. Our focus is on delivering shows that are entertaining, thought-provoking, educational, and uplifting. We want to hear your voice, your vision, and your recommendations for individuals you would love to see on our channel. We aim to create a channel that resonates deeply with viewers, challenging them to think bigger, dream bolder, and live a life of purpose. So, join us today, and together, we can make a difference, one viewer, one show, and one purpose at a time.
What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing this evening? Yes, we had snow down here in Florida. I didn't get to see much of it. But over to the west, they had a lot of snow. Up to the north, they had a lot of snow. But we just had the cold and some ice. So whoever had snow, haven't seen snow in how many years? I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, we're going to get into it. We're going to be talking about a subject. The reason why I call this show From the Mind of Little Joe, I look at things differently. And this subject we're going to be talking about is something I'm looking at totally different. I don't think a lot of people see it this way. Even when I put some of the information in ChatGPT, to check out some of the stuff that I was writing, the ChatGPT was like, wow, this is very informative. Or basically, how did you come up with this idea? It was tripping me out to see ChatGPT actually talking to me about the subject. So we're going to be talking about relationships, different types of relationships. Well, really one main type of relationship. The person on the side. That's who I'm talking to this evening. The chick on the side. Well, there's a song, chick on the side. Don't be the chick on the side. You can be the chick on the side. You can be the dude on the side. So it goes either way. So I'm not really talking to either male or female. But we're going to be talking about the chick or the person, the dude on the side. And so I'm going to get into the reason why this subject got triggered into my brain. Was it today or yesterday? It's from this video right here. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video and get into it. Here we go.
Nurse and I were talking last night about what we used to do back in the days when we was in the streets. And he was describing a scenario where he was going back and forth with a young lady for years. Like that was always his go-to person. Eventually she did get pregnant. And they tried to live together. And then they broke up again. And then he found somebody else and he got married. And he claims that she went cuckoo, right? And I'm thinking because she loved you. She thought y'all were going to be together in the end. That's why y'all kept going back and forth with each other. And he's like, how could she possibly think that? And I'm thinking I thought that. There was a man that I was going back and forth with for years, and I thought we went back together and we would argue and fuss and tell each other the truth about what we did while we were apart because we were soulmates. We were just going through our young phase. And he was like, absolutely not. He said, no, that was just the fun girl in between. She just happened to get pregnant, but I didn't, that wasn't going to be my long-term girlfriend. I'm like, yo, the only reason why I walked away from that situation, okay, and not scarred up, is because I didn't get pregnant. But do you know, and I'm thinking like I can't be the only woman that thinks that when you have that long-term thing and y'all are going back and forth, it means that we're supposed to be together.
Let's pause it there real quick. You see how men and women think totally different. Totally different. He has no intention. Sometimes the woman has no intention, but the person on the side is holding on to hope. The person on the side is probably saying the stars lined up and that's why we're together. All I got to do is wait. So they just falling deeper and deeper in love, but the dude has no intentions on taking it any further. So going back to the video.
And if guys are thinking the exact opposite, this is just for right now until I find something else, it makes so much sense why so many women are heartbroken, because we're looking at it completely different. He was like, how could she think that? What you mean? How could she not think that? Y'all are together. That lady had your baby. Nah, we had too much chaos. That's because y'all were fighting for love. He said, nah, that I'm not signing up for that for life.
Sorry for interrupted her, but I'll say one more thing. You know, in this situation, she got pregnant. The side chick got pregnant, and she still thought that they was going to get together. A lot of these guys that has chicks on the side, and a lot of, I don't think the women, and just me, opinionated show, my opinion. I don't think the women tell the men everything. I don't think they tell the side dude the truth. They keep them hanging along, dangling along. A lot of times they have several side dudes. But some of the guys, or I say guys that's got a girlfriend over in men, that's guys, men that's got a wife, a lot of times they tell them the truth. They tell them you're never gonna get with them. They say flat out, I'm never going to leave my wife. Here. They tell them, when I'm never going to leave my wife. I love my wife. I love my kids. I like my house. I like everything about my home. I'm never going to leave that. They tell them that, but they still have this hopes that that somehow they're going to make them leave their wife. And I think a lot of wives don't understand that either, that yes, they got a woman on the side and that's wrong, but that wife still, he still looks at the wife as the wife, the whatever control or whatever power, whatever love, all that is still the same at home. And he has no, many times he has no intentions of leaving his wife. But the chick on the side don't understand that and believe that, okay, if I do this, if I spend more time, I continue to do it. Now, if I give him a baby, he's going to leave his wife. No, that's not the case. All right, we'll let the lady finish her video.
That's crazy. And guess what? That guy that I was going back and forth with, he married somebody else. Ladies, don't let these men waste your time. Do not let these men waste your time.
All right. So this is to the ladies. If a man tells you something, or even a woman, somebody tells you something, believe them. If their actions tell you something, believe them. Don't keep looking over and stepping over the red flags. Don't keep stepping over the signs. And when they're telling you, I got somebody, I'm not leaving this person, then wherever you are, that's where you're going to be. And I'm just here to have fun with you. And it's okay. If I can just get some women feel like if I can just get just a piece of it, get some of his time, get some of his money, get some of his attention, I'm fine with it. And then over time, they say, okay, if I work harder, I'm gonna get him. If I work harder, I'm gonna make him fall in love with me. If I work harder, he's gonna fall in love with me and divorce his wife and come to me. No, that the odds of that are pretty slim. But then if it's easy for you to take someone's man, take someone's boyfriend, take someone's wife, if it's easy for you to do, that means it's easy for someone else to do it to you. How do you expect to be able to keep this man when he's easily taken away from his person he's with, the wife he's with? What's going to make you so special? You think you can? What possibly that you can do if he's the type of person that's looking for multiple women? He's a cheater. He needs multiple women. What superpower do you have to cut that off in him? None. So if you're the woman that you took your man from a woman, just watch out, because there's someone out there. Now, I shouldn't speak that on anybody, but I just say that the odds are his eyes didn't slow down. His desire for multiple people didn't drop because he left one to get to you. The odds are he's going to leave you and go to someone else. He's going to keep it moving. So no special power. So I just want to play this. I'm going to go over to the comments. I want y'all to jump in. So anybody want to join in, I can send the link to join in the conversation. Y'all can put some comments on. So what I did, I made this video to explain, because the lady didn't understand what was going on in that situation, in that relationship, kind of a relationship. But so what I don't know how long I've had this thought. Actually, I got it from, it's basically, it's a word that they use. It's two words they use overseas to explain the situation. To explain the situation that she was just talking about the chick on the side thinking that she is going to eventually be in a relationship, or the dude on the side. Like I said, a lot of times I don't think that. Sometimes they do, but I think many times the men don't know they the dude on the side. I don't know. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all can jump in the comments. But I don't think a lot of times the men don't know that they are the dude on the side. But there's a lot of women, they do. They know they are the chick on the side, and some are proud to be the chick on the side. Some want to, that's all they want, is to be the chick on the side. And there's others who want to be upgraded and to bump out the main chick and become the main chick. So it's all different types of patterns. But yeah. Let me get into this. Here's a video that I made to explain this word here.
Some of you may live it but may not see it, until now. Think of a spare tire and a person on the side of a relationship. Both a spare tire and a side person are often seen as backups, something you rely on only in case the main thing or person isn't working out or is unavailable. Here are some commonalities. First, out of sight, out of mind. Both are typically hidden away until needed. Second, emergency use only. They're not the primary focus or priority, but are there for convenience or as a fallback. Third, neglected maintenance. Just like how a spare tire may not be checked regularly, relationships with side people might lack emotional depth or attention. Fourth, temporary fix. Neither a spare tire nor a side person is usually meant to replace the main one permanently. They're seen as stopgaps. And finally, ethical dilemma. Driving on a spare tire too long is risky, just like having a side person can lead to complications and harm. It's worth noting that treating relationships or even tires this way can lead to breakdowns, emotionally, ethically, or mechanically. Are you the man on the side? Are you the woman on the side? Do you feel used for a short time and then they are gone? You may be the spare tire. Do you know how many baby mamas were only the spare tire? Thousands, maybe even millions. Does a spare tire with a nail or flat have any value to you? Stop becoming the spare tire. Something else from the mind of Lil Joe.
All right. The question is, are you the spare tire? Are you the spare tire? Do you again, I'm talking to, I believe, women. It's mostly women that watch my content. So I'm asking some of the women, are you the woman on the side? Are you the one that's waiting for your opportunity to step up and be upgraded, moved up? Why? And some may not know. I think we just had this, what was, I think it was listening to this radio show. The lady sent in this, she sent a letter in, oh yeah, just, yeah, the letter. I don't know if we should advertise it. The letter to the radio station. And she was like, every time I go to my boyfriend's house, the house is clean and it's extremely clean, and food is in the refrigerator, food has been cooked. So she see all the signs as being she must be the chick on the side, not the main chick. But she don't understand it, don't realize it. But yes, there are some situations where the woman and also the man don't realize that they are the person on the side. So there are some signs where the person, your main person doesn't have time for you, or they only call on you when there's an emergency. What is it? Or just temporarily, you can't spend a lot of time with them. Basically, there's a lot of signs. So we just watch the video again to see all the different signs that you've probably seen or probably overlooked, but you decided that, to stay. And so this is also for the ones who don't know that they're on the side. So this is to help. Hey, it's time to open your eyes. It's dangerous out there. But again, there's some that enjoy that position. They enjoy that spot of being on the side, especially what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. That high value man. Okay, since I can't get my high value man directly, so let me get some of the time of a high value man. Let me get a little, let me get a little piece. Let me get a little bit of experiences. Let him take me out. Let him take me out of town, out of the country. Spend some of that high value money on me, even though I know I'm never gonna be the main. So like I said, some they're fine with it, but it's dangerous. And on the other side, as far as families, it's just dangerous. So my goal is to keep families together. My goal is to keep marriages together. So we don't need the chick on the side. But I just saw, that just popped in my mind too, was another lady saying that by her being the chick on the side, she's saving his marriage. And I was like, I had to. I'm like, huh? You are the chick on the side and you are saving his marriage. So I really, had to watch that video. So in what she was saying, she was like on a TV, looked like a TV show, explaining it. I think she was in Africa, so American women don't go looking for her. She was in Africa. She was saying that by I'm trying to remember what the guy said, what she said. Okay. She was saying that like when he would go to work and work all day and be all stressed out and upset and all uptight and all of that, by him, then I think they said they got drivers and stuff, wherever that country is. So his driver would pick him up and take him to her house for, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, hour. I don't know. I forgot the time, but he would hang out with her less than an hour. And she was like, during that time, she would just cater to him, just spend all her time focused on him, ask him about how his day, all that type of stuff. And she said by all what she did with him, he would go home calm and relaxed instead of, being all uptight. So when he got home, he was calm and he was a better husband when he got home. That's a way to look at it, but I don't know. That's what she said. So she was fine being a chick on the side. She never wanted to be the full-time wife. She enjoyed her position. She didn't want to upgrade. She didn't want to go nowhere else. And she, in her head, she is helping the man's marriage out. I don't know. We don't get to hear his side of the story. We don't get to hear his wife's side of the story. But she believes that's the case. Okay. But it's still a dangerous situation. I got a comment over here. Let me add the comment. Some women just won't marry men because they know they can't stay. So some don't mind that. Yeah. I've heard that several times of some women out there. They don't want the husband. They don't want the responsibilities. It's basically they want the, yeah, it's coming to me. They want the benefits without responsibilities. They just want all the benefits, pretty much like the girlfriend benefits, but none of the responsibilities of the wife. So let the wife take care of all the issues and everything, and what she benefits from, enjoys the benefits. Yeah. So that's very dangerous. But I say it's all different types of mindsets. Different people have different beliefs, and like this one here. This situation, I'm gonna play this video here.
Pregnant by my husband. All right, let's get into it. So this girl recently approached me and wanted to let me know that she is pregnant by my husband. I think she's about 16, 17 weeks, something like that. I don't know if she thought that I was going to get upset, want to curse her out. But me and my husband is a united front. We're a team. So at the end of the day, I'm the wife. I took vows with this man. You got attached. You caught feelings. You got pregnant. I don't know why these girls be thinking like the man is gonna like leave the wife, but I'm going nowhere. We're about to be a nice, very blended family, and you will remain the side bitch, period. Legally, with everything, his affairs, I'm his wife, and you're just the outsider looking in. But you know, it's funny. It's funny when these side chicks catch feelings because you looking like a real yam head out here, girl.
So that's a unusual response that I've seen from America. But what do y'all think about her response? But I think one way you can look at it as is there again, it's just the facts. There's a lot of women they're never gonna get the right man. They're never gonna get married. It's just the way it is. So some feel like, let me cheat my way through it. When I mean cheat, what I mean cheat is like, let me try to steal somebody else's man. That's what I mean. Not doing it the regular way. You find out, okay, I'm married. Okay, and so when you're supposed to say that, okay, that's it. It's cut off. But stop. Let me continue to pursue him. Let me continue to move forward. I'm gonna wiggle in some kind of way to get in there and get me a piece of it. And maybe I've seen, even pastors would chick on the side, and they try to, okay, if I go expose him, so one, manipulate and what is it, entice or whatever. I'm not justifying anything on the man's part, but it's they got kept pursuing and enticed, and now she's got her foot in the door. And imagine like the situation, like, okay, he's a pastor, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer, he's a football player, he's whatever. All I got to do is get him in the bed and get pregnant, and then that castle that his wife has, that castle would be mine. Imagine that's if that's the goal. Okay, all of that. I see his wife. I see how she dressed. I see what she's driving. I see the house they live in. I want that. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. Even if I got to get pregnant, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. And many times that situation backfires, don't turn out the way the person wants it to. I'm gonna pop up this comment. Come on, I need to move screens. I don't agree with that. She's selling, and she doesn't have to. I guess a piece of a man is better than no man. There's some say that, but yeah, I hear a lot of people, you know, piece of a man is better than no man, or some saying anything. Oh, you, what? Sorry, lost my train of thought. But yeah, some wives, and they stay married. Some's like, we are gonna work through this, like she was saying, their team, they working through that. She's not letting no other woman, she's not leaving, she's not letting no other woman in. There's other situations, anything, even I think you cheating, we getting a divorce. If somebody said you was cheating, we getting a divorce. It's like somebody straight, nothing happened, they getting a divorce. Then there's the other side where I'm staying with my man. We're gonna get this. We're gonna work this out. So it's all different levels of how much that they're gonna plan to stay together. And it's on the other side is too. There's the side chicks are how much push, how much they're gonna throw, how much effort they're gonna put in to try to wiggle their way in and to replace the wife. I got some more comments. Hold on. That's the man's fault. He's supposed to be fleeing temptation, especially while married. Okay. It's definitely not for me. Those are Jezebels. Yeah. I don't know that. But this is a society we're in. So they're out there and they can turn into some very horrible and bad situations. So I want to play this. Well, here's a tragic situation, but I want to play a little quick commercial before we go into that. So hold on just a little while. So while we take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back.
Purpose Inspired TV is under construction. During this process, we invite you to step into the journey. By joining our team, you have the chance to shape the very fabric of this channel with your creative ideas and skills. We believe that the true essence of innovation lies in collaboration, and together, we can create something truly extraordinary. We will provide content that ignites your passion, inspires personal growth, and encourages a positive impact on society. Our focus is on delivering shows that are entertaining, thought-provoking, educational, and uplifting. We want to hear your voice, your vision, and your recommendations for individuals you would love to see on our channel. We aim to create a channel that resonates deeply with viewers, challenging them to think bigger, dream bolder, and live a life of purpose. So, join us today, and together, we can make a difference, one viewer, one show, and one purpose at a time.
All right. I am back. So I was talking to really, I guess this start off talking directly to side chicks, side dudes, the side piece. And a word that they use overseas for that person is a spare tire. They call that person a spare tire. You only go to that person in emergencies. You only go to that person when your main person or your spouse is out of town. You only go to that person when you got a few extra minutes or something. So that's that person on the side is just like a spare tire. A lot of times you never think about your spare tire. It's just there. It's used for emergencies. It gets neglected. You forget about it. But then when you get problems with your car, well, problems with your tire, you got a tire that you got a flat on your main tire, you go to the spare tire. And you keep that spare tire long enough until your main tire gets fixed. So that's what they call those people spare tires. I don't think we use that word, use it in America. If we do, we don't use it much. So that was explaining what was going on with that video I played at the top of the hour, at the top of the show. The lady was telling a story about how she and a lot of her friends, or especially one of her friends, was the chick on the side. They knew that was the chick on the side, and they thought if they held on long enough, they would become the main, the main woman or the main tire. But what they didn't know was they was a spare tire. They was emergency use only. They were never gonna become the main tire. I want to say the tire, but the analogy that I'm using is the way the spare tire is used. Spare tire is not designed to go a long ways. You got the warning. You can only go so fast with it. You can only go so far with it. And the same thing in a relationship. You can't spend a whole lot of time with the side person. You can't go too far. But these days I see guys, they take them all out the country and everything. So I guess that's throwing that out the window. But it's still, the spare tire is not designed for the long haul. So that means the guy does not want that spare tire to ever. Think about your car. You're never going to put a spare tire up in the front of your car and permanently leave it there. What we get the tires, 50,000, 100,000 mile warranty, but the spare tire is on. I think on the side of it, it says don't drive no more than 50 miles. You got 50 miles compared to 50,000 miles. Which one you want to put on your car on a permanent basis? So if the person's a spare tire, the guy or the woman has no intentions ever of putting a spare tire and making it the main tire. So that's the reason for this video, is to get the word out. And so we had different opinions. Like I said, there's so many different opinions on what the side chicks think. Some are waiting for the opportunity to move up. And at the other extreme, some of them, they could care less. They do not want to be nobody other than the side piece. So I know y'all seen these situations where sometimes I'm talking about the female side piece show up. One video recently, they showed up to a funeral. They showed up to weddings, showed up to birthday parties. The kid might be having a birthday party. Here come the side piece. You're supposed to be with me and my children, but you over there with her and her children. So it's a lot of those, they start off, at one area, but they feel like they should be somewhere else. But like I said, a lot of the men, if you talk to, women they ain't gonna say. That's a lot of. If you could talk to a side piece, they would admit that they're a side piece. A lot of men admit they tell the side piece the truth. It is the let's say husband, boyfriend, most of the husband, they'll lie to their wife because they love their wife. They don't want to hurt the wife's feelings, so they'll lie to them. The side piece, they don't love them, so they're telling the truth. You ain't nothing but the side piece, and you ain't never gonna be nothing but the side piece. I'll see you next Friday. And the side piece will be there next Friday. Or whatever that meetup time is. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the guys, they say, I never not lied to you. I told you that you were never going to be nothing but the side piece. and he don't care about hurting the feelings, but come to the wife, no, that's another. Like I said, when they thinking that they're gonna leave their wives for them, and then they get so shocked and surprised when the guys refuse to leave what they have. But the side piece, they don't fell in love when that guy told them that you just can be the side piece. That's a whole nother story. But here's a situation that turned tragic. So here we go to a tragic side chick story.
Year-old child is now without a mother after police say Javon Hudson shot and killed Monet Wade.
3 days later, police arrested Hudson. Fox 5's Cindy Lunderberg joins us now after speaking to Monet's longtime boyfriend and the father of her child. Cindy.
John, Rodney Sargent told me that he has been with Monet Wade since 2012. He told me the two of them have a 2-year-old child together, and today they were supposed to move in together. He says despite what police say, he says Monet Wade and the suspect, Javon Hudson, were not in a relationship.
I have to go through life, knowing that the better part of me ain't gonna be there.
Rodney Sargent immediately burst into tears when we began talking about 28-year-old Monet Wade. Sargent calls Wade the love of his life and says they have a 2-year-old son together named Trent.
And I just hear him say, "Daddy, where's mommy?" Or asking me, can he talk to mommy? And he can't.
Just after midnight Wednesday, Wade was found shot near Alta Drive in Jones. 39-year-old Javon Hudson was arrested for the murder. Police believe Wade was shot once in the stomach, then Hudson stood over her and shot her in the head.
I just can't cope with it. I really can't.
Sargent says he was at work when Wade's sister called him and told him the news.
Monet, I called her 3 times that day and texted her twice, and I didn't get in touch with her. So when I picked up the phone, I definitely wasn't expecting the news that I got.
I asked Sargent about Wade's relationship with Hudson. He says the two were friends, but Hudson did try to come on to Wade, which she refused.
When she worked at the Wildfire Rancho, he also used to be a customer there, and he used to come in. And at this time, like we were going through things, so they picked up a friendship, and it was nothing more than a friendship.
Sargent says he doesn't know why Hudson would have done this, and doesn't know why Wade would have gotten in the car with him. For now, Sargent is just trying to figure out how to tell their son Trent his mom isn't coming home.
When I was going home today, that's who I was going to be going home to.
And Rodney Sargent says at the time of the murder, he was asleep, so he woke up the next day and he called Monet Wade 3 times. He also texted her, and when he didn't hear back from her, he just thought maybe she was at work. He didn't think anything was really up. As for the suspect, Javon Hudson, he is now facing first-degree murder charges. Reporting live from the newsroom, Cindy Lunderberg, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
Cindy, thanks.
So that's a case of the dude was the side piece. I guess they did put all that in there, but he, we don't know the whole story, but looks like he felt like he was the side piece and he probably wanted to be an upgrade. And she was like, "You're not going to get an upgrade." In a lot of those situations, I don't know that full story, so I'm not going to say about her. But a lot of times, these guys would give gifts and money and go out and just do all of this trying to get the woman's attention. And if this night, I'm just speculating, just making it up. It might be in a situation where if the husband or the boyfriend already said that they've been knowing each other. He said when they broke up, they spent more time together. He was a spare tire. She went to the spare tire when they wasn't together. So the dude is probably, he all in love and everything. And when they got back together, she stopped spending time with him. He wanted her to himself. So what did he do? He shot her. So I'll tell you, it's a sad situation. And it's coming from, it's both sides, both directions. I'm heading over to some comments. Sheena, what's up, Sheena? It's just sad out here. No one wants to commit and build something together, but I'm not being anyone spare anything. Sheena says she's not going to be no spare tire. I agree. So what else I got to say about the spare tire? So there's a new word with new words for today is spare tire. It is when that could be male or female, the person on the side, only there for emergencies, only there to fill in when the main person's not around, never gonna be upgraded. So there's so many relationships out there like that, and so many. I put in the first video. There's so many baby mamas in that situation where sometimes they knew, sometimes they didn't know that there was the one on the side, but there's some situations where they knew. It's like, okay, how can I get an upgrade? Let me go ahead and get pregnant. So we got a lot of babies being born in these situations, and so many. Oh man, it's a whole nother story, another direction with those paternity tests. Oh my goodness, they are so bad. I think anyway, it's just bad. It's how many men are raising children that are not theirs. So they probably got pregnant by the side dude and just let the main dude think that he's the father. Yeah, so those are some bad situations. So what do you do? What would you do if you got a friend that you can realize, you spot all the signs, you see what's going on, you can tell, like, this your girl that you think you got, that's not your girl, or vice versa. That guy that you got, you just decide you're not his main girl. So what would you say? Or you just leave it to yourself, don't tell anybody, don't tell them? Or do you address it? Or do you tell them to get out that situation? Even, like I said, a lot of them know, but they don't know what to do, or some, they want to try harder, especially the more value. I think that's why I look at it as something like, what do I got to lose? I've got nothing. Got, what Cherie said earlier, a piece of a man is better than no man. So I was like, okay, I got a piece of him, and if I keep trying this or trying that, I will get him to myself. But the odds are that that's not going to happen. But then again, if you do get him, the odds are you keeping him is pretty slim. So what would you say if you got a friend that is in that situation that you know it and they know that the person on the side? Would you tell them to get out of the situation? Add this up. Depends on the person as to how you would approach him or her. Okay. What about if it was your child? If your child, when I mean child, I'm talking about an adult child. If you got an adult child comes home and tells you that they are dating a married person, and that married person promised them in a couple of months they're going to get a divorce, and then they're going to get together, and then a year go by and it's the same thing, and another year go by, it's the same thing, and you see the pain that your child is going through waiting for this person to get their divorce. What would you say to your child in that situation? Got any comments that you would give to your all right. I would have to tell them, especially a male, that you got to get out of it. There ain't no easy way to cut it. Especially you can see these people, they're gonna be tore up and hurt, especially they can continue to see situations. And these days with social media, you can see different people's lifestyles and stuff, and people are not able to contain themselves. Like I said, there's so many. These are on video now. There's so many videos everywhere. So a lot of this stuff is caught on camera, where these people on the side are getting tired of being on the side, and they feel like they need to do something to make a move. They either bust up the other person's relationship or do something for them to be able to advance in the relationship. So that sometimes it gets so intense and so heated that they feel like they got to do something. All right. So here's so what would you tell your child? Tell them that that's a lie and how wrong it is. They're worth more than being a side chick. All right. Here's another. Ashley, I will be honest and tell them if they say they are a Christian, I'm bringing up the Bible. No matter when or how you tell them, it will hurt them. Yes. It hurts either way because the truth hurts. Yep. So sometimes you tell people you knew what you was getting into, but sometimes you get into something you don't know how to get out of until it crashes and burns. And as parents and grandparents and aunties, uncles, especially the older one, you can see stuff. You can see the handwriting on the wall, and you want to help them avoid that situation. All right, Shannon, amen. There's better than that. Yeah, but I would say some of the people out here, I guess I'm getting older, but people out here these days, their minds are gone. They accept so much stuff that we wouldn't accept. What I said back in the day, make it sound like I'm 100 years old, but it's stuff that we did not. It was not acceptable. Some things that wasn't even thinkable that people accept today, or they allow people to do. It's just crazy. But we're in different times, so we just got to continue to teach and pray. You're a believer, pray. And again, sometimes if you're in a relationship and the person told you something, the person told you they don't like you, they tell you they hate you, and you still try your best to stay in a relationship. What? Why? They told you. Somebody tell you something, believe it. If they tell you, believe it. That I just made this other video I made. The actions that speak louder than words. It's like you can look at the actions. So people lie through their teeth, through their gums. They lie. But their fruit, their actions, they can't cover that up. So that you got to look at the action. You can't keep overlooking the actions. If somebody tell you for 5 years that they gonna leave their spouse for you, so they said it for 5 years and you believe it for 5 years, but the actions for 5 years was totally different. You got to believe the actions. You got to love yourself to know when and how to walk away. Pay attention to what they are saying to you. Yeah, that's what more than saying, the action. If what on one side of it, if they tell you they don't like you, they tell you they don't want to be with you, if they tell you that, believe that. But if they telling you that they do want to be with you and their actions don't match up, if they are missing in action, you planning things together and they always, I don't know all the signs. Some of you detect. A lot of women, y'all pick up patterns and stuff, especially we've been together for this and that, and we used to always do this and do that, and now it's changed. And even with the phones, he hides his phones, or she hides her phone, or she got to sleep with the phone under her pillow. And if I try to use the phone, she go crazy because she don't want me to touch the phone. It's some of that's signs. So don't overlook the signs. And this is one thing about, yeah, the word ship. Just learned this ship. The word ships mean it's something that you get on and takes you somewhere. Ship. So friendship, that's a friendship with that's a relationship that should be going somewhere. So if that friendship is not going somewhere or not going to where it's supposed to be, you need to get off the ship. Fellowship, spending time with people. And if you spending time with certain people that's taking you to wrong places, have you hanging out in the wrong places, hanging out with wrong people, just like friendship, if that's sending you about to have a shipwreck, you need to get off the ship. Now that leads to relationship. There's another ship, relationship. So now if you're in a relationship and that ship is not going where it needs to go, if it's not going to a positive place, if it's not going to where your purpose is in life, you need to get off the ship. It's time to abandon that ship and get out of there. But a lot of people hold on to sinking ships. The ships are going down. We've seen the signs, and I'm really talking about outside and before marriage. After you say you do, you should do everything you can to keep the marriage. So on the marriage side, a lot of people they quick to give up on marriages. So I'm not talking about that. I'm still saying fight for your marriage, fight for your marriage, fight for your marriage. Then say, who God puts together, let no man put asunder. But I always say, make sure God the one put you together. Now, if God didn't put you together, it's kind of hard to fight for something that God didn't put together. So outside of that, if you are in these relationships that you're not married and you wasting your life, you're wasting time, you're wasting life. So you see you're wasting your time, wasting your life. You see nothing's going to change. Why? I believe, I know some people, they stay because of the investments that they have put in over the years. Especially if it's been for a lot of years, 2-3 years of investment. So that means you 2, 3, sometimes 5 years older. So those 5 years are gone. So people sometimes like, okay, they don't want to let go because it's like 5 years is a lot of time to throw away. So that's why they say, okay, and just 5 years is a long time. Feel like you lost. So they try to fight and hold on to the 5 years that's gone. But sometimes they neglect to look forward to the other years, the positive years. And sometimes I think you're even blocking your blessing when people stay in these boyfriend-girlfriend relationships too long. And when there's the right person for you is still out there, but you are distracted and wasting time with the wrong person. So I'm for it. I'm like, this needs to be figured out as soon as possible. Like soon as relationship starts, figure out, is this going the right way? Is this ship going in the direction that I need the ship to go into? You know, I'm not saying throw every little thing away, but you know what we talked about earlier about the high valued man. So a lot of quality men are being overlooked because they looking at the wrong ship. They're looking for the ship that don't want nothing to do with them, but they start chasing the wrong ship and waste a lot of years and a lot of time. So the ship they should have been with, we only got with somebody else too. But anyway, hold on, let me go to my notes. Sink ships, yes, get off the sinking ships soon as possible. Don't allow years to be wasted. I think that's what a lot of good people do. They waste a lot of time. A lot of good people waste a lot of time on the wrong people, on bad people. And So sometimes they wasting time. Some of them they have children, and still years go by, and nothing positive, nothing good is planned on coming out of the situation. So what's there to hold on to? What's there to hold on to? But some people, like I said, some get comfortable. Like I used to say, you got that butt groove in your chair. You got that good old butt groove. You're so comfortable. And some people get comfortable with that comfortable with their dysfunction. This is the dysfunction I'm used to. So a lot of people, this is it. This is where it's going to be with me in my life. Even abuse. It's sad to say. Some people get used to and get comfortable with abuse, and sometimes you don't even realize it. What was I just going to teach on the other day? It was nose blind? I forgot what I was going to talk about, but nose blind just popped in my mind again. So, nose blind is where there's something stinking, and you done been around the stinking thing so long that you don't smell it no more. The same thing happens in relationships. That's what I was doing. I just remember. It was a video that I couldn't download. I couldn't download the video, but it was the guy talking to a lady about her relationships, and the fire detector, the fire alarm kept on beeping. And he was talking to her, and she started trying to talk about what's going wrong in her relationship. He's like, "No, what's that alarm?" And she was like, "Oh, what the alarm? I think I've seen the signs and the alarms." And like, "No, what is that noise?" And the thing kept on beeping. She didn't hear it. She was, I don't know, it was ear blind. She was deaf. She was nose blind to the beeping sound. She was nose blind to the warning. And so I think a lot of people get in relationships and get nose blind. I don't know if I'm saying it, that we can still continue to use nose blind for all the examples, but it's different things. It's sometimes some abuse, some verbal abuse can happen in the boyfriend girlfriend relationship, and they get nose blind to it. They can start being used, nose blind to it. All different situations, always problems. The person always need money. The person always need this and always need that. But then when you need something, they don't have it. You get nose blind. You just get blinded to it. And so then when it's time to make that decision, should you take it further? Should you pursue marriage? You nose blind to all the signs that was telling you to say no. You were nose blind to all the signs telling you to walk away. You were nose blind to the signs of that person is not capable of treating you right. You become the side piece. You become nose blind to that. So you get comfortable with the rules and restrictions. I can only see my woman 2 days a week, and I got to come there after 9 o'clock because that's when her husband goes to work at 9. So since I'm the side dude, I can only come there after 9 2 days a week. And you start doing that for years and get comfortable and forget. You forget where you're at. So that's a bad place. And then when you're driving reckless. That's a reckless place to be. And then one day the collision, the dad, the husband, whatever, I don't even know. Yeah, husband come home early. And now head-on collision, or the side chick is somewhere she shouldn't be. Head-on collision, but you done got so comfortable, nose blind to what you're doing. Some people have a conscience. Like, okay, yeah, this is wrong. But over time, like, he's my man, and she's gonna get out of my house. All I gotta do is hold on. So you then your mind is starting to slip. Your mind is gone. And that's where the tragedy is starting to happen, when people start to getting hurt and marriages are breaking up. And a lot of times people don't even think about the consequences, to the kids when the family breaks up, So one one bad decision affects a whole lot of different people. One person hurts a whole lot of different people. All right. Well, yeah, it's an hour. Yeah, that's how long I want to go. Thank you for joining us, Sheena, Sharice, Ashley, and any other. I saw some other eyeballs, but I didn't see any more names. But I would like to thank y'all for joining me this evening. So y'all learned something new this evening. The spare tire. Y'all spot some spare tires. Go help them out. Tell them to stop being spare tires. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. God bless and love you. Sorry, I'm trying to push some buttons over here. All right. Be blessed.